Hey guys, welcome back from Classic Work. Today we're going to talk about, this bench I have here in my shop. I got a request. They want to know a little bit about the bench and how it's designed and its purpose and everything. And I thought I'd do a little review on it and also show you a few tricks for your bench to get the most utilization out of it as you can. So for all the new woodworkers out there, and maybe for some of the old ones out here, you might learn a trick or two from some of the things that you can do with your bench. So let's look at it. Okay, this bench right here is a traditional style. It's kind of marked after the German style woodworking bench. And if I know some of y'all have probably seen it, this one here is made by Rockler Woodworking and Hardware. You can buy these benches. They have 3 models out there. I think they have a 4-foot one, a 5-foot one, and a 6-foot one. This one right here is the 6-foot model. It's made out of solid beech, the whole bench is. And the top here, I know it looks really thick right here. This is an apron. The apron's 3 inches thick, but the top, I believe, is 1.25 or 1.5 inches thick. So it's got a nice solid top on it. As you can see, there's a bunch of boards in here that's laminated together, and it makes it a very, very strong, very flat bench. So you can use it as a flat surface. It has a trestle design legs on it that give it real good support whenever you're planing or doing whatever you want on it. And it's got 2 vices on it. These right here are just regular old Acme thread vices. They got a cast iron base, and they've got 2 guiding rods that keep it in line whenever it clamps. And the tail one down here and the headstock one up here are exactly the same. They're exact same dimensions. All these holes that's drilled in this bench are what's known as dog holes. And a dog is nothing but either a metal or a wooden dog. This here's a metal one that fits into your bench, and you can put one on the other side. There we go. And you can use a series of dogs to put into these holes. These here are made out of wood. These are homemade. To clamp a piece of stock in between your dogs. Now, if you have a really long board, you can go all the way down with it and position your dogs in different positions to clamp a board. And I'll show a demonstration of that in just a second. What's great is these dogs, they match up with the tail vise. They're exactly 1 foot apart from each other, and they're spaced out every 5 inches. The dimensions on this bench are 6 foot long, it's 20 inches wide, and it's 33 inches tall. And like I said, the vices on here are 14 inches wide on both of them, and they've got the 5-inch spacing dogs. And that is pretty much the basics on the whole bench. It's got a little place down here on the bottom for storage. And if you build your own bench, you know, the sky's the limit of what you can come up with. And there's lots and lots of different processes that you can use with this bench, and I'm going to show you a few of them right now. Alright, this here was the main design of the bench, was to plane boards flat, and you had to have some way to secure it, you know, really well in order to do that. So this here is how the bench dogs work. So you're going to pick 2 series of holes and put your dogs in. Take you a caul, which ain't nothing but a scrap piece of lumber, and butt it up against the 2 so it's nice and secure. And you're going to bump your piece that you're going to plane or whatever you're going to do to it up against that. And then back here, put your dogs in your tail vise and put the caul across there and just tighten the vise up. And what happens is it just tightens up against the bench in more or less terms, and this will not move now. So then you can do all your planing or whatever you're going to do to it. You know, it's really simple, it's quick, and you can be able to plane something, even something really small, and you have no, I mean, there's no way that it's going to move on you. So that's one awesome technique with the dogs. Let's look at another one. Okay, here's another great use on the bench. You have an extra long wide vise on here, and you can clamp things to say if you wanted to dress this edge with a plane, it's real simple. You can just drop it right in the vise. The vise has got clamping action across the entire piece, meaning that's not going to go anywhere. So that way you can work on this piece and it's going to stay put. Which that's all well and good, but what if you have a board that's 5-6 feet long? I mean, there's not enough clamping force here on the vise. So what you can do is this. Okay, we have a board here that's 8 foot long, and I want to dress this edge. So how are we going to do that? You can use your side vise up here, or your head vise, and take your board and place it right in that vise, just like so. Take you a clamp on the other end and clamp it straight to the bench. And then tighten your vise up here on the back. And you've got that 14 inches of width back here holding the board down, and once again, it's not going anywhere, so that you can dress this entire edge. Just that easy. The same is true as working with small stock. It's just as easy to work with small stock as it is large stock. But here lies a problem. Say on this piece right here, we want to remove just this corner, and you need a lot of clamping force, so you have to get it low in the vise. But also, the problem is if you put it, say right here, all your worm gears and everything get in the way, and your plane's going to hit your table when you try to remove it. So you have to put it out here on the edge. Now when you do this and you tighten it up, you notice that the vise here is racking, and this block right here no longer has support, and you see it just jump right out. So to keep this from happening, you can build what's known as a bridge block. It's nothing but a block with 2 nails in it that's the same thickness as our material. So what you do is you put your bridge block in, and the 2 nails support it so you don't have to hold it. And then you stick your piece on the other end of the vise, get some good clamping area, and tighten it up. As you can see, that's not going anywhere, and you can do your work on it. There you go. Another great thing about these vices are excuse me, is you can hold different types of clamps. I know that sounds kind of weird, but it's true. You could take one of these old woodworking clamps and clamp it in the vise, so you'd have a clamp holding a clamp, in other words. But this right here, it's excellent for making like if you need something to be quick, like you can interchange it. All you got to do is tighten it up, loosen it up, take it out, put another one in. Or for holding very odd shaped things, like if you have like a big taper in something, you can place it in there and tighten it up. And since the way the clamp's designed, it's made to hold on to oblong things, it's securely in there. And you have all of this weight of this bench, you can do whatever you want to this piece and it's not going to shift on you. Same is true whenever you use this vise. You use a bridge block that's the same thickness, and it all just meshes together. The few little things that I showed you barely scratched the surface on the woodworking bench. It's just a few tips that I picked up over the years, and some of them have really saved me in a jam. Now the bench, it's right up there next to the table saw. It's probably going to be the most used thing you have in your shop if you have a good one. To tell you the truth, I don't know what I did before my bench, and I recommend to anyone a good workbench for the home shop. Like I said, I must have just piddled around before I ever got my bench. And you don't have to buy these, you can make them, and I've seen some very impressive ones out there. Some of them are 10 feet long and 3 feet wide. They're made out of solid 5-inch maple, and they weigh well over 500 pounds. But some of them I've seen are a lot smaller, 3 feet long, maybe a foot wide, you know, perfect for doing small projects and things in that nature. Remember that the bench is just a tool to help you get your job done better, quicker, faster, more efficiently, and more accurately. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any comments, subscribe to me if you like. Keep the comments rolling. I'll be glad to do anything woodworking, mechanicking, welding, blacksmithing wise. We are going to get into some more stuff, hopefully some bigger projects, and we'll just go from there. Thank y'all for watching. God bless. Classic work.